Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, warm welcome. It's so happy to have you here, especially with today's video, which is going to be very interesting, very funny but educational at the same time. My name is Monica. I'm personal trainer, fitness instructor since I remember I was involved into dancing, fitness, so I'm a bit of a gym nerd. I also have very dry sense of humor, so if I do try to be funny throughout this video, please bear with me because anytime I try to crack a joke after my class, it just doesn't sit well. So bear with me. I do I'm also an online coach, so if you're looking for any advice, just drop me an email. The links are below. Today's video is the second part of the video I've done. I think it will be 2 years from now. I've done a video of the uncomfortable questions about gym, about training. No one really asked about, but the problem is there. And since I'm all about being gym relatable, sharing the relatable content, showing that, you know, if you do sweat at the gym, sometimes you're not wearing makeup, people with faces when you're trying to lift or train hard, especially when you're training hard. It's normal, so I'm all about normalizing basically human body responses. So I asked you on my Instagram to give me and fire away any questions you are afraid to ask, and I am here for it. So I've screenshotted the questions, so I'm going to crack on straight to it, starting with the first question. How some girl always smells so nice after session? Like, how? I'm missing something? Am I missing something? Thank you for that question. And listen, I do notice that as well, and myself, I'm very sensitive person when it comes to smell. Yeah, sometimes you might smell some, you know, you're training and you're resting in between your sets and there's someone passing you by and it just smells so lovely because it's either a very nice fragrance or basically the clothes smell fresh. So what we can do here, and I can speak from my experience, because I do care to smell nice, I use antiperspirants, deodorants before and after sessions, so I feel, you know, refreshed. For a bit of a sweaty session, I always have a towel with me, and so that is that spectrum of a thing. But sometimes I do top up little sprays here and there in the middle of my session because I feel like I'm a bit more of a sweaty that day, and that's normal. You can pop to the toilet, or, you know, when you're carrying it back with you, you can just go spray, and then you're gonna feel better yourself, right? Sometimes, strictly from physiological side, we do smell like our sweat smells a bit different, and that might be a sign of deficiency in vitamins to start with, lack of hydration. So when you sweat, your body basically reduces the temperature, and basically when we train hard, we getting a bit hot, so it's your body balancing the temperature of your body, and usually sweat and salt that we're giving away. And for example, I will give you a situation from my own experience. Back in January, you know, we're starting fresh, new workout plan, new meal plan, vitamins every day, and I was a cheap one. I got the cheap vitamins from Amazon, and it took me a while to actually understand that they changed the way my sweat smelled. So I really struggled because I thought, why am I smelling? And, you know, even though it's me, because I asked my mom at that time, was visiting, and I asked my mom, because who else you can trust with this stuff and not feeling you know, worried about. I said, Mom, can you smell? I can really smell, you know, under my armpits, and at times, you know, I was sweating. It was not pleasant. So I sat down and I was thinking, why? I've never struggled with, you know, smelly sweats. What changed? Okay, my diet, but all of the things I was eating before as well. And then I was like, maybe the new vitamins. And my mom actually said, you know, if they are not a good quality or good source vitamins, they are never, you know, there are things that adding to them that are not very good. And I was like, oh yeah, they were actually quite cheap ones. So I put them on the site, and kid you not, in 2 days time I could already notice the difference, because your body is circulating, right? You're digesting every single minute. So I think my body just got rid of this, the rest of these vitamins that were in my body, and my sweat actually came back to normal, which is something to actually think of. If you do feel like you smell a bit different, analyze your diet, do blood checks, check your hormones, and basically think if anything changed over the last, you know, days and months. And you know, I think one of the last things that some people smell nice, they just use good washing detergents. And when it comes to activewear, sometimes, because we do sweat a lot, right? So it's important to obviously wash it regularly on a low temperature. With activewear, you shouldn't be washing your clothes for more than 30 degrees unless it's 100% cotton. And what I've noticed, especially for cardio, when I do cardio days, I just chuck a cotton t-shirt, and after a couple of weeks I notice I can't wash out that smell of the t-shirt. So even if I wash it, I can still smell it. And the same thing happened with Sean's workout clothes, because most of his stuff is basically cottony material. So what I did, and that's how you can either chuck the t-shirt away, when with some extreme cases you just can't, because even if you wash it, it smells. That damp, that sweat, just basically all the smelly molecules are trapped in, and there's no way you can get rid of that. But what you can do before you actually chuck the t-shirt away, you can put the warm water in the bath or in a bowl and put some baking soda or white vinegar, and just throw your clothes in there for, you know, half an hour, and then wash them. So baking soda or vinegar, they do have good qualities, and they're known for removing the stains and smells. So I hope that answers your question. Everyone smells, it's just some people hide it better. Next one, am I too overweight to work out? I'm really sorry for you to feel it that way, because you shouldn't be feeling that way, and there was something along the way that made you feel that way. But I just want to let you know, you're never too overweight to train, because anyone that comes to the gym goes there, or fitness center, or swimming pool, or tennis, whatever you go to move, to work out, to train, to dance, to lift. Everyone comes there to become better, to better themselves. So, you know, if you are feeling that you are too much, you're too big to go and train, that's not the case at all. That's just a matter, I guess, of a confidence, and you not feeling good enough, because you think that you're going to go to the gym and everyone there will look fit. Well, everyone has their own starting point, and it's all different to everyone. So please don't feel like you're too big, too small to go and train. Just to give you an example, to relate, myself, I've started working out in a bodybuilding gym, and I've been in fitness and gym for the last 12 years, and I've went to so many different gyms, especially after moving to UK. I did like to go and test different gyms, and I've been to so many. But then there's this gym that came up in my area, and this tend to know to be very bodybuilding gym, right? It's all black. You probably can, if you go to my Instagram and see any videos I put from the gym, these are from that gym. So it's very like savage looking, like black. Like, my mom didn't like it, so I took my mom to leisure center, because it was just more inviting from a day one. But you know, even with with my experience and how confident I feel. When I first went there, I was like, oh, there's gonna be, only shredded people, big people over there, and what am I actually gonna do there? But I noticed it's not the case. That people, the young people that have never been to the gym, there are older, younger people, there are bigger, there are smaller people, and it's actually quite inviting and welcoming community. So with that example, I just want to show you that most of the environments, of the gym environments I was in, they were not critical at all. If you do feel like you're not in a place to go there on your own, just take someone with you. Take your sister, take a friend, take a partner, take your auntie, like one of my new clients. And yeah, just take someone with you, or go to the class when there's a group already established. Many people because I'm a fitness instructor as well, so I used to teach classes, and there's so many wonderful friendships that happened because people met at the class. So you never know, maybe you're gonna make a best friend of your life when you actually go. So I do encourage you to go, and just be brave, because you're gonna do it to yourself, for yourself, I wanted to say, and your body is gonna thank you. Fantastic. So next one, skin chaps almost everywhere. Chaps. I think when the skin meets, especially in the thighs area, so chaps almost everywhere. Or that might be armpit area. That's basically when you're trying to perform the exercise and the skin just rubs. It's not the nicest feeling, and I can definitely relate, because my inner thighs, especially in the summer, they just rub, and it's not nice. So that's actually going to happen when you will start sweating and the skin's going to be rubbing. Then there's a possible rash coming in, so we don't want that. I think what you can do, you can wear something looser, like looser clothes, to just feel comfortable, something that is breathable. And as much as cotton t-shirts or jogging bottoms feels good, try to invest in some active wear, the type of fabric that is designed to breathe and move with your body. So I think when you suffer from shaving, please correct me if I'm wrong. The English is not my first language, so if you do have to have that problem, just try to mix and change the outfits that you use for the gym, because I think that would bridge the gap to start with. And then with time, when you gonna start working out, you're gonna be losing weight, there'll be more of the skin that might be just rubbing against. Or if anyone that is watching you have advice, because you struggle with that as well, just put down in the comments, because I don't know everything. I just share my experience, my clients' experience, and things I've seen and noticed throughout many years I've been at the gym. So if you do have some advices to the questions I've mentioned, just drop it down below. It'd be great to support each other and create that safe space for people that do struggle with uncomfortable questions. Just find a place here and feel open to ask. Next one. Running long distances makes me have to poo. With this one, when you're running long distances, you usually run on a consistent pace for a prolonged period of time. So that's going to abbreviate the bowels, especially if you struggle with EBD, inflammatory bowel disease. And statistics shows 50% of the long distance runners, they do struggle with digestive issues, and that's completely normal. Try to avoid high fiber foods before your long run, because then your digestive system is not going to work as effectively. Also, stay hydrated and avoid caffeine, because We all know sometimes one sip of coffee makes us want to go. It is because the caffeine just irritates our bowels and speeds up the process. That's why sometimes after coffee we do want to go. Also, stay hydrated and avoid caffeine, because we all know sometimes one sip of coffee makes us want to go. It is because the caffeine just irritates our bowels and speeds up the process. That's why sometimes after coffee we do want to go, or any other drink that has caffeine in it. So I hope that answers your question, and we're off to the next one. Why do I fart when I exercise? So this is a very good one, and I'm glad you asked. And when we work out, and when it comes to, let's take resistance training for example, right? When you do squat, you go down, and on the way up you really have to push very hard if you're doing challenging weights to yourself to get yourself back up, and your whole body is working as one coherent mechanism to get you up, to reach you that, get you to reach that goal, and everything is tense. Your tummy is raised to keep your spine safe. I know I use my hands so much, so I'm sorry if it's too much for you. And you know, with that being said, if there's any loose gas in you and you really squeeze and you get yourself up, you will release that fart. Problem is when it's very smelly one, it just lingers around, because then you're like, shit, I'm in a public place, you know, and that's a smelly one. Everyone's gonna know that's me. Quick, spray, spray, spray. It did happen to me as well. I'm glad I had glove and deodorant and just pretended I'm spraying myself. I just wanted to, you know, blur it so no one can smell, because it's uncomfortable. No one's gonna judge you what your body does when it's beyond the control, right? No one judges people when they are, you know, waking up after anesthesia and they're just talking weird stuff and they are funny. No one's just judging them for it. It's just purely human reaction. So, next question. What if people can see my underwear? Alright. What can happen if people can see your underwear? Where I've seen that a lot, and I think myself, I just became immune to that. I see it. Sometimes, you know, your leggings are so sheer that even if you bend just a little bit to pick up the dumbbell, pick up the bar, you can see someone else's underwear. And I think most of the people at the gym, they simply don't care. They just are there to do their own workout, and that's not the case. If you do feel uncomfortable, because myself, I'm very particular about it. When I have leggings that are, you know, showing my panty line, I do not like it. That's why I don't wear normal pants. I wear little thongs. They're all laced, and they just basically evening out the fabric of the leggings. Some people go all commando over there, which, you know, it's up to you how you want to wear it. Now, also the good idea is to just get yourself a pad. You know, one of these pads that are like this triangle shape, and place the pad in its strategic place, and that's just gonna not show any, you know, lingerie lines, and just gonna make you feel comfortable. So just try and error. For example, today is quite a fresh example, isn't it? I went to do my leg session, and I'm second day in my period. It's a very painful one. I haven't had so much pain in a few months at least, but I went to the gym. I had trained legs with Sean, and I put on the most comfortable black leggings, high-waisted and normal pants, and I've had a hoodie on and a long oversized t-shirt. And you know what, sometimes you're gonna look like you're wearing pajamas, and it's just comfortable. It is. Especially with training legs, you know, we have to put belts, or you're a bit more bloated, you just cover that. And you know, so if you don't feel basically what I wanted to say is if you don't feel comfortable with wearing very minimal underwear and you like prefer to wear what you normally wear, just wear something oversized. Or what you can also do, have, if it's black leggings, black pants, right? If it's something brighter, like a couple of my leggings are just light blue, I either wear white thongs or light pink, so they won't gonna show, right? It's clear that if you put black pants underneath the white leggings, they're gonna show. Don't worry if people can see your underwear, because at some point, like if you're gonna bend or do RDLs, or there will be many other situations, people see it but people don't really care. But if you do want to feel better, just use the examples I've given you. My workout clothes have permanent stink. Listen, I got you. I'm such a nerd when it comes to fabric, activewear, and washing the activewear fabric. So it's most probably they have permanent stink because they are cotton based, because cotton just soaks everything in. When you go to do a very sweaty session and you're having cottony shirt, that sweat just stays on you and the t-shirt becomes heavy. You sweat faster because it's just not breathable. And then when you chuck it to the laundry basket and forget it for 2 days, it's dried out, and clearly it's going to be more difficult to wash this smell out. And also, with time, cotton just goes, so it loses its qualities and it's not as good. And you need to be very precious with your activewear when it comes to fabric that contains anything like polyester, elastane, nylon, and polyamide. These are the most common fabric blends I've seen. Again, wash it in a cold wash. Don't use fabric softener because that just damages activewear fibers. And yeah, be very precious about it, because when it permanently stinks, it's going to probably stay like that. And last question, I think it's very important to address as well, because it's quite intimidating and sometimes you don't know what to do about it, and you think it's the beginning of something much worse, but in fact it's not. Most don't feel embarrassed or ashamed or anything like that. This is very common for anyone that had a child, and it's basically muscles down there in your pelvic floor being a bit on the loosen up, and that can happen anytime during your squats, when you laugh a bit harder, when you sneeze, anything that creates that quick contraction down there. And it can be easily exercised when you do pelvic floor exercises. You can go to yoga or Pilates to strengthen the lower part of your body. And the phenomenon itself is called stress incontinence, and it's basically you're letting out a bit of a urine out in situations that cause quick contractions in your pelvic floor muscles. Happens to any other females that pelvic muscles are not strong enough, and that can simply happen, and that's okay. You can practice a few movements that will help you to overcome that, so you need to be aware of where your kegels are and practice strengthen them up, as well as doing Pilates based exercises. And both of these actions should improve that. If you do struggle, even if something more serious and it's not going to go, just consult that with a specialist, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a gynecologist. I've just learned from my clients' experiences that is perfectly normal and nothing to be ashamed of. If you can't fix it by at home DIY solutions, just go to the doctor. It's perfectly normal. But that concludes all of the questions I prepared for you today. Hope you guys learned something. Hope I make you feel comfortable if you do experience some of the issues, problems or situations I've mentioned. And thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and up until next time, I'll see you very soon, either for a vlog or something else. Kisses, bye.